Hey fishers, we're getting some pretty reasonable reports flowing in. This week's been a bit funny, a little bit on the patchy side in some areas, and we will go into that obviously. But I'm getting some fair reports from Wagga. A lot of smallish fish down there. It was a little bit quieter this week than the previous week, but still, it's fishing okay. Hume Weir, that's one of the hot spots still, seems to be producing lots of redfin. Now the redfin thing is a really big thing at the moment because you'll get a really good feed if you go out and chase them, as long as you move around to find the bigger fish. Small yabbies, worms, soft plastics, little 1.5 inch atomic yabby, cannot beat it. It's dynamite on reddies. Also the old redfin jig, ice jig, call it what you will, seems to work quite nicely. Down the Hume Weir in particular, they seem to be using a little tadpole or scud, both custom crafted lures, and trolling a soft plastic above it. That works a treat down there. They're getting a few yellow belly, the occasional cod down there as well. So it's sort of happy days down the Hume Weir. A little bit of activity in the Murray below the Hume, but not as good as it is in the Murrumbidgee River here. It's fantastic. Now you'll notice it's been up and down a little bit of late. If it rises and falls, you usually got about half a day to a day before the fish come back on. You'll still catch them, but not in big numbers. But at the moment, it's been pretty stable for a day or so, and it's really kicking in. The water temperature is a bit over 20 degrees, so it's perfect conditions. Bait fishing, absolutely fantastic down there at the moment. They're getting plenty. A lot of small fish if you target small fish on small yabbies and small baits, worms and stuff. But if you want to catch big cod, you need to use big yabbies, lures, or big cod baits. And it seems to be doing really well down there. Old Man Creek's pretty much the same. There's a few on surface lures out of the creek, occasional one on surface lure out of the river, but the old spinnerbait scenario is working exceptionally well in the river at the moment because the water's quite clear. Getting up into Blowering Dam, we're getting some fantastic reports out of Blowering on the redfin. Now, not everybody catches big reddies up there. A lot of people just get tiny ones, but you've got to be willing to move from a patch and go and find some small schools of big redfin. You'll find them usually sitting under the little fish, ready to feed on them, and you should get some pretty good results if you use jigs, little, again, atomic yabbies, green grunters in the squidgy. With about a 4 or 5 gram jig head, you'll find you'll do quite well there. A good way to find them is trolling around again with the soft plastic above a scud or a lumo diver or something of that nature, and you should get some good results. They are catching a few big cod there. We've got a full moon coming up in a couple of weeks' time, so that will help the situation as far as big cod goes. Haven't heard of a lot of yellers, but I'm sure if you put in a bit of time, you'll pick up a yellow belly or two. Talbingo, a little bit in the patchy side. Wangler's still good. Burrinjuck's still good. Burrinjuck's dropped low enough now to find a bit of structure, a bit of timber. You'll find the tops of the old trees and you'll be able to slow roll soft plastics again. So that's starting to come into its own again. Yucca was a little bit quiet through the week. It was a little bit disappointing. We've had really good results out of it for the last couple of months, but it was a bit on the quiet side. Tantangra wasn't too bad, still fishing okay. I thought it would have been really gone quiet by now, but it's still okay and worth the effort. As you can see, we've got a fair bit of activity around, so there's plenty of action for the weekend. This is the Compleat Anglers Fishing Report for this week. We'll catch you next week.